Hey, what is going on, guys? This is Spooky here, and I'm coming to you with another story time, and this is number 6. So this is the time in the story of how myself, Spooky, almost died. So it was me, my friend from our university at the time. Now this is the third school that I had went to, and we decided one night, hey, let's go out, let's go fucking party. Let's go crazy. Let's find something and see what happens. Okay, little did we know that he had a blue little small Dodge sporty car, and it wasn't the greatest. The steering on this car was really hard to turn. Now I tell you this because you're gonna understand this in a second. So we go out to this I guess you can say this little shenanigans party, right? It was a basement party, but before that we picked up two of my friends, his friend, and then his other friend, and these three guys were African American, or as I like to say, black. Right? We're not gonna sugarcoat it here. So I had 3 black people with me in a car, and they were funny and they're hilarious. I have nothing against those kind of people or any races, but I'm just saying this is what makes the story so much funnier. So I basically go to this little basement party, and we're having fun. People were getting wild and dancing, and this is probably like the 4th or 3rd party I think I've ever been to, and it wasn't the greatest. It was just really boring because they were trying to make the guys pay for drinks and then the girls were free. Like, what the shit? I hate that. I completely despise that. Like, why would you even do that? Why would you even have a party in the first place? Like, as if it's gonna do anything good for you. If you're, I don't know. It made no sense to me. So basically, there was a church across from the party. Okay, there was a church called Calvary Church, and we decided to go over there and park. And the funny part about it is that the party was right across from the church, and there was thousands of cars parked at the church, and it looked as if something was going on, that or something was popping at this church, I would think, on a Friday night. And so this was bound to get rolled. There was no option of that, how this couldn't go wrong. But I said, fuck it, you know, let's go. And the funny part is this entire party was filled with people that were from the Christian school that I was going to. It was all Christians, and not once did I ever think Christians could party, have fun, because I thought they were so strict. And that's not going against that religion or anything. I'm just saying that there's a lot more to a book than its cover. And so we were basically in this basement. It was like all these people were dancing in a circle. I think actually I was there with 4 people. I think it was 3 other black kids. Yeah, so it was like me and then 4 of my other friends with us, and they were all black. I was only Puerto Rican, and we're having fun. And I'm telling my friend I'm not really drinking because I felt like I didn't want to drink or anything. And then my friend was single at the time. Basically, I was telling the other guys, I'm like, I bet you our friend here, because he was, you know, he used to party a lot, he used to go out and do a lot of different things, but he doesn't do that too much anymore because he's in a very committed relationship, but his days are long gone. So he says. I don't want to get in trouble for that. So basically, I tell my friends, I'm like, I bet he can stand here and a girl's just going to come up to him and give her their number. And basically that's almost what happened. This random white chick came out of nowhere and basically just said, hey, how are you doing, and talked to him before he even talked to her. It made completely no sense to me. And so my whole entire idealistic of how he was portrayed to people was correct. And so basically we stayed there for a little while, and then it just got really boring, and it wasn't too much going on. I was just standing in the corner. I mean, I really didn't have anything to drink because they were trying to make you pay for stuff. Like, it made no sense to me. And so then basically what had happened was we get a loud call, more like a mating call / whale noise / honking type thing. I don't know how this one man managed to use his voice in so many different ways. And he basically said, hey, if you guys are parked across the street at the church, you might want to move your car because the cops are showing up. And I said, okay, I gotta get out of here. I was the only one who could drive because I wasn't drinking or anything, and so I had to take my friend's keys, and we booked it across. Like, we didn't care who was in our crew or who was with us. If you were still there and we were leaving, you were gonna be left there. There was nothing more to it. So I think it was me and my friend, and we ran out to the car, and I had to drive this thing, and we were backed up. I mean, it was completely just, it was terrible. It was so backed up because there were so many people and so many cars, and basically I didn't want anything to happen. So basically I got in this car, and I didn't know how hard it was to drive, and my friend was basically telling me, hey, it's a little hard to drive, the steering is harder than usual. I'm like, yeah, nah, it can't be. I'm used to cars. I love cars. This is gonna be easy for me. Little did I know that no, this was not easy. This was like turning the steering wheel to a freaking pirate ship. Like, it was going against the waves or something, or the sails were not happy with the wind. This car just hated me, and this car's name was Dolores. Now, I'm not hating on Dolores if my friend is watching this, but I'm saying she was a little hard to drive, and it was not easy for me. So then we saw one of our other friends, okay, running down the street, huffing and puffing, yelling towards us, and so we got him in the car, and then we started driving off. And then, fortunate and funny for me is they're all freaking out in the back of the car because I'm driving. I haven't drove in a long time, and then I'm from California, so they suspect California drivers are like the worst drivers in the world, which some of them are. I don't know. I can't really vouch for that. And so the funny part was that it was just the whole time I didn't even know that we were driving behind a cop, and then I realized, and so then basically we passed the cop up, and how we almost died was that we were driving really fast around a corner because I was getting onto a freeway from a side street, and I was probably pushing around like 65, and literally all of my 4 black friends were like yelling and hollering at me. They don't like speed or something, I don't know. And the car started lifting up, and we were driving along the grass, and it was like almost like we were drifting. And I was having so much fun because I haven't drove in like 3 months because I didn't take my car with me over to where I live in Virginia. And so basically after that, yeah, we all survived, and we had to pull over and put another driver in because they didn't want me to drive no more. I guess they don't like the California driving. But after that, we started looking for other places. So we went to other college, and we tried to get into so many other places and little side minor parties, but there was just a lot of frat boys and people that almost wanted to fight us. And then there was a really weird person outside of our house one time, and he was like, hey, you guys want to hang out? Like, creeper status. And my friend was like, we should go there. I'm like, no, we shouldn't, unless you want to die. I don't feel like dying today, guys. So basically after that, we came back home around like 3 o'clock in the morning, broke curfew because that school is very strict that we went to, and we survived. And we almost died because I almost drove us off the road, but that's okay. So my friend is probably watching this video right now. I'm gonna tag him in this video, make sure he sees it. But yeah, that was story time number 6. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I did another gameplay of Overwatch as usual, and I will get back to my normal uploads sometime soon. So at the end of the day, guys, don't forget to share the love. This is SpookieSTL. I love you.